Exciting news! We've got another new guest presenter to test out as we prepare for my work from home transition after Enduro. Brian Cale did a great job at the last round, but after chatting it out, he realised he wanted to focus on his own excellent YouTube channel and content. But he might pop up again in some future vids. This week we've got ex-Enduro World Series multiple medal winner and part-time Crankworks social media host Katie Winton on your screens. This is super exciting because for the first time in a while we'll be able to bring you some Enduro focused videos, starting with Katie's Enduro Up to Speed, which should be out tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled. Back to the downhill. Hello, new venue. When organisers tape in a fresh 100 metres of track, it gets the people frothing, so you can imagine the collective excitement when heading to a fully brand new, never before race track at the new venue. Yes, there have been some Enduro races at this location before, but it is a first for Downhilll, and the track is literally brand new. This isn't a bike park track that's been hammered for multiple seasons with a few off-piste corner cuts. Well, not yet anyway. The info about this track is thin on the ground, but there have been videos dribbling out onto the internet which show us what we're in for. Shimano had a great one focusing on the backstory of the track build through the eyes of lead track designer Enrico Martello. You can see the terrain is great. A lot of planning and passion has gone into the build, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will be a great race track. Also, we don't actually get to see that much of it, which is just such a tease. Until Loris Vergier dropped a promotional vid for the venue that does reveal some riding on the track while he gives some expert feedback in his classic style.
Yeah, and exactly. It's gonna be shit, because you're like, what?
It looks steep, it looks rocky, and it looks fast. Also, thanks to this vid, everyone can blame Loris if it sucks.
Okay, it's coffee time again.
Looking ahead to the race, we'll unfortunately be missing a few key individuals on track. Anna Newkirk is one of the biggest absences after she got caught up in the course netting in Val di Sole, she got caught up in the course netting, which hooked her finger, yanked it to the side, and then broke a metacarpal in her hand. Anything to do with body parts getting forcibly moved into abnormal positions gives me the heebie-jeebies, man. It's also unclear if Miriam Nicole will be back after her concussion suffered in Leogang. Given the struggles she has had with head injuries in the past, it's unlikely she will take any chances. And it wouldn't surprise me if her spot in the Commencal muck-off pits remains vacant until the second half of the season. Talking of Commencal muck-off, we will also not be seeing Amaury Pierron on the steep Italian slopes as he took a super unlucky fall at the last round. He was pretty much the last rider on the hill at the end of practice, trying to nail a section in the lower woods when he got a fraction offline, pushed the front in the dust, caught grip and got spat into a nasty high side ejection. This would have been an awkward crash on a normal section of track with a very real opportunity for injury. But this high side happened on the precipice of a 4-meter high rocky fadeaway, and Amaury got spat a further meter into the air before gravity took charge. I'm not sure how he landed, but breaking a collarbone feels like a win against the forces at play in that scenario. There were quite a few others picking up injuries, so I'll just coldly list them out without lingering. Bodie Kuhn is still carrying some concussion symptoms from his crash in Ludenville and pulled out last week, but will try again this week. The other Bodie Burke, blew up a turn and got whipped into the ground, giving him a bad concussion which requires rest. Ollie Davis broke the most annoying bone in his wrist. I've done one of them. Jacob Jewett one-upped him on the same turn and did an AC joint and scapula. Gloria Scarsi raced in Italy with a snapped ankle ligament and now needs to recover. Joe Breeden booted a rock, crumpled his toe, but might still be racing this weekend. And I also heard that Sam Gale carved himself a new bumhole. I didn't see videos or pictures, but I heard it wasn't fun. Never nice to dwell on injuries, but that is the nature of this sport and we wish them all the best with their recoveries. You know who this track might suit? The Enduro crew. Richie Rood and Martin Mays made the full commitment to racing downhill this year after claiming many wins in the endurance-based format. They both came in swinging with top 10 results at the first round in Poland, but then struggled at subsequent rounds. It's my belief that the lower speeds, disgusting weather and unpredictable nature of the soft changing track in Poland contributed to their excellent results. With a fresh, natural and changing track to look forward to at a venue they have both raced before, with the possibility of sky water falling each day, I think we'll see them both back in the final at this round. In the junior women's category, Rosa Zierl has built up a commanding lead in the series with over 50 points separating her and second place rider Ellie Hulsbach. When it comes to predicting who's going to go well at this race, this might seem out of the blue, but I think Lena Frenner is someone who is showing serious pace and desire on track. If she can clean up things on track, it would not surprise me to see her jump onto the podium. Junior men's is always a battleground, but the riders I'm going to be looking out for, other than the usual suspects of course, are Ollie Clark, who hopefully put some of that 7 kilograms he lost with an illness before Val di Sole back on, and Asa Vermette. Asa's been on the steady build from a crashy start to the season, and it's been awesome to see his composure and consistency after getting his confidence rocked at the start of the year. The build continues, and I think we'll see him threatening at this round. The elite women have been on a tear recently, with a couple riders getting comfy on their bikes at the last round. Jess Blewett has been returning to form and is now a very real podium contender. And obviously Marine Cabarrou is on full attack mode after her visually dominating run at the gnarly Val di Sole track. I actually think Tanni Seagrave is the one to watch going into this weekend. She's been searching for the same success the team found at the opening round, and there's been hints of speed in her split times. I think they're getting that new bike closer to the ideal setup, and with a free week to clear her head and reset, I think Tanni's going to be on one. Riders to look out for in the elite men, well, there's one in particular if you can spot him springing past at high speed. There does not appear to be a track that Jackson Goldston isn't a threat on, so you'd be a fool to count the Canadian out. With this being a new track, it'd be good to look at the last time we had a completely new track to see who's good at learning and adapting quickly. Poland 2024 was the first time at that track, and a young Ronan Dunn scored his first win there. When he's not had a mechanical, he has been at the sharp end, so could be a good shout at this new venue. But it's the riders who were second and third at that first Polish race that I have my eyes on. Like Bruni and Loris Vergier. They're the only two riders that have officially visited the new course when giving their insight to the track builders.
What?
And no, they've not ridden it, but having a general feel of the hill and the overall shape of the track does give them a little head start going into the event. Plus, they're both like really fast. Hope that helps you with some of your Pinkbike fantasy picks for this round. Don't forget to adjust your teams before qualifying day on Friday. I've been playing the averages up until now. It's been going quite well actually, but I thought I'd try out the riskier big money gamble with some home country advantage for this round to spice things up. Stay tuned for the Enduro Up to Speed with Katie tomorrow, and let us know if there's any Enduro tech you'd like us to sniff out for the tech video as well. I'll see you in Italy. Bye. Oh, one mistake.